The Bahamas trip I took before I knew myself, before I understood why I was always moving. This was us going to the Carnival cruise, boarding the cruise ship on our way to the Bahamas. New place, new air, new energy. I remember feeling excited but also unsettled. I didn't know then that excitement and direction are not the same thing. Even the views from the balcony looked very refreshing. To see the Miami city over the balcony was very beautiful.
Hey,
At the time, I was so perfect oriented and wondered what people thought about me. I chased after the conventions of life and living in between the lines. I always avoided actions that led to criticism and mostly kept my head down. This was inside the boat, and then when we got to the island, refreshing views, different cruise ships docked. It was quite an eye-opening experience. It made me realize how big the world really is, but I was still carrying the same questions with me. Even looking at the magnitude of about 8 ships that had docked, it really made me realize how surrounded we are by people living different lives every day, walking, talking, laughing, and enjoying the moment. And I remember thinking how easy it is to visit someone's world without ever understanding your own. Walking through the streets, everything felt alive. Different pace, different colors, beautiful ships, lots and lots of people. The water was calm, very calm. The yachts that were around were also very beautiful. The trip was fun. Being with my cousins made everything lighter. But even in moments like this, I hadn't learned how to slow down long enough to listen to myself. With their castles and their places of government, and once we took a tour around the town, we realized life really could be simple. Their universities and the buildings very simple. The economy that they relied on was mostly tourism. They said about 90% of their economy was built on tourism, and then 10% is teaching, and then small businesses. So it made living there very hard. So it made me realize even though we were present, we were not quite, I was not quite intentional. Sightseeing, that's the Atlantis building. Sightseeing shows you how many ways life can be lived, different structures, different rhythms, different forms of lives, different journeys. Inside the Atlantis, I thought movement was the answer. Now I know it's the pause inside the movement that matters. Where you sit, where you where you stop, what you notice, what you carry forward. is all that matters. The water was so calm, so clear you could see straight through it. I didn't know yet that clarity isn't something you look at, it's something you practice. It's something that you meditate on each and every day, and then you make it part of you. That's what matters. And even at night, to see how beautiful the ships light up kind of gives you some reassurance that even in daytime when you don't see the lights, in dark times, the lights are there to guide you. And if I went back today, I would see more than the scenery. I'll notice what pulls my attention, what calms me, what needs adjusting. Because travel doesn't fix you, it reflects you. It shows you who you really are without your daily activities back home. Even during dining, you could see lots of people having fun. We had our last dinner, and then it was mandatory for everybody to dress up and enjoy their last moments while we sailed back. And even the uh, waiters and waitresses had fun, you know. But this trip didn't change my life. It planted something that's like perspective taking time.